Hey guys, welcome back to One Stop Biology. How are you? I hope you all are doing good, and we are about to start the topic of cockroaches. We are going to study cockroach. Although I do not feel that it's a very tidy, organism, but again, it plays an important role in the ecosystem, in the food chain, right? I would like to remind you first that we are right now covering the structural organization in animals, and we have till now covered different type of tissue systems, and then we covered earthworm in the last video. So guys, before we start off with the topic, please do not forget to like the video. Please do not forget to subscribe to the channel. And yes, your feedback is very important to me. So please do not forget to comment on the video with your feedback for this particular video, whether you like it or you have any doubt, right? So let's start with the topic of cockroach. Now cockroaches are basically brown or black in color. They are brown or black bodied animals, and these are included in the phylum Arthropoda. So basically they are part of phylum Arthropoda and class is Insecta. So they are insects, right? So now basically you'll not just find brown or black colored cockroaches, you'll also find yellow, bright yellow, red and green colored cockroaches, which are basically reported in the tropical regions. If we come to their size ranges from 1/4 of an inch to 3 inches, right? So their size vary from 1/4 of an inch to 3 inches, right? And they have long antennas, they have long legs, and they have flat extension of the upper body wall. So if you see earthworm from their dorsal surface, from their upper surface, you'll see a flat body which covers the head as well, right? So you'll find a flat shiny organism, and they are nocturnal. So basically they come out at night. So they are nocturnal omnivores. So they eat veg as well as non-veg. So basically they eat plants as well as animals, right? So they feed on both, and they live in damp places. So places which are humid and damp, right? So they have become basically residents of humans, and they come into a very serious pest and vector part of insects, and they are even source of several diseases as well to humans. So let's start with their morphology first. Now if you see the morphology, the adults of the common species of cockroach is what? It is Periplaneta. It is Periplaneta americana, right? That is about 34 to 35 millimeter long, right? It has wings which extends beyond the tip of abdomen in male. So it has wings. Now if you see the diagram as well, I'll show you the diagram. So this basically is how a cockroach looks. So you can see that they have wings as well, right? Now the body is segmented, and it divides into head, thorax and abdomen. So if you see this particular part of them, this is head, right? This is the abdomen part, right? And then we have the thorax as well. Now thorax is again divided. So basically this that you see is the antenna. This is known as the filiform antenna, right? So the body is divided into head, thorax and abdomen, and the entire body of cockroach is covered by a hard chitinous exoskeleton. So basically they have an exoskeleton which is made up of chitin, which is a protein. It is a hard substance basically, and the entire body of cockroach is covered by this hard chitinous exoskeleton. Now in each segment, the exoskeleton has hardened plates. These plates are known as sclerites. Right? And if you talk about it, what it is known as dorsally, it is known as tergites, and it is ventrally, it is known as sternites. So dorsally, I'll repeat it again, it is known as tergites, and ventrally it is known as sternites. Now these are joined together to each other by a thin and flexible membrane, by a thin and flexible articular membrane, which is known as arthrodial membrane. It is known as arthrodial membrane, right? Now apart from this, their head is triangular in shape. So before we move on to head, let me just completely label this diagram. So this is known as tegmina. This is the hind wing. At the end you have the anus, you have the anal cerci. In the same way, this is the compound eye. They have the compound eye, right? Then you have the protonum. This is protonum. Then you have the thorax. So you have the mesothorax. And these are the legs. So you have the prothoracic leg. You have the metathorax. After that you have the metathorax. And then this leg is known as mesothoracic leg. And the last one is known as metathoracic. So depending upon the position of the leg, it is named basically, right? So this is the complete morphology of cockroach, right? So let's move on towards their head now. So the head of cockroach is triangular in shape and it lies anteriorly. So it lies anteriorly, as in at the end, at right angles to the body axis. So if you see the body axis, the longitudinal body axis, it lies at right angles to the body axis. It is formed by fusion of 6 segments. Guys, remember, it is formed by fusion of 6 segments. Now these 6 segments, because of these 6 segments, the head has great mobility in all directions because it has a very flexible neck. So basically it is formed by fusion of 6 segments and it shows great mobility in all directions because of the flexible neck. Now the head capsule, so there is a head capsule which basically bears a pair of compound eyes. So this here that you see is nothing but one of the eye. This is the compound eye, right? So the head capsule bears the eyes. A pair of thread-like antennae arise from membranous socket which are lying in front of the eyes, and these antennae have sensory receptors that help in monitoring the environment as well. Now basically the anterior end of the head bears the appendages, which basically form the biting and chewing type of mouth parts. These appendages form the biting and chewing type of mouth parts. The mouth parts now consist of a labrum. So here if you see, this is labrum, which is the upper lip. Then you have a pair of mandible. So these two, this is a mandible and this is a mandible, right? Then you have, now these basically are two, and then you have a pair of maxilla. So again, this is a maxilla, this is a maxilla, right? So a pair of maxilla, and then below you have a labium. Now labium is the lower lip, right? And then in between they have a median flexible lobe which acts as a tongue. So this in between is known as hypopharynx. Hypopharynx is nothing but, it basically is tongue in case of cockroaches. Now this lies within the cavity and is enclosed by the different mouth parts that you are seeing right now. Now the thorax again consists of three parts: prothorax, mesothorax and metathorax. So if I show you first the head region again, I'll label it for you. So basically this is maxilla, this is labium, this is labrum, this is mandible, all mouth parts, and here you have ocellus, right? So this exactly is the head. Now let's come to the thorax. Now thorax consists of three parts, guys. Thorax consists of three parts: prothorax, mesothorax and metathorax, right? So now the head is connected with this thorax by a short extension. Basically it is a short extension of prothorax, which is known as the neck. Now this is very flexible in nature. Now each thoracic segment, remember, each thoracic segment consists of a pair of legs, and that is why the legs were named as in prothoracic leg, mesothoracic leg and metathoracic leg. So each thoracic segment has a pair of walking legs. Now the first pair of wings, let's talk about the wings. So the very first pair of wings arise from mesothorax and the second pair arise from metathorax, right? The first arise from mesothorax and the second arise from metathorax, right? Now apart from that, there are four wings as well. Now four wings are known as tegmina. Four wings are known as tegmina. Now these tegmina are opaque, dark and leathery. They are opaque. I'll repeat it again, right? So the four wings are known as tegmina. So if I show you the previous diagram, we labeled it and we marked tegmina, right? So basically if you see this diagram again, basically this wing is tegmina, and this tegmina is opaque, dark and leathery. It is opaque, dark and leathery, and it covers the hind wings when basically at rest. So when a cockroach is resting, it is not flying, it covers the hind wing. Now this one is the hind wing, right? So if you see, in the resting stage you cannot see the hind wing. When it is flying, you can see both the wings, right? So now what happens? The hind wings are transparent. Now these are transparent, membranous and these are used in flight. These are used in flying basically. These are used in flight, right? So they are transparent, they are membranous and they are used in flight. Now apart from that, let's go to the abdomen part. So we have covered the head, we have covered the thorax. Now we have come to abdomen. So abdomen in case of both males and females consists of 10 segments, guys. It consists of 10 segments. Yes. So now again if you see, basically this is the abdomen part. This is the abdomen part. Now the abdomen in case of both males and females, they consist of 10 segments. They consist of 10 segments, right? In females, in case of females, 7th sternum, the 7th segment basically is boat shaped. It is boat shaped, right? And together with 8th and 9th, remember, together with 7th, together with 8th and 9th, sterna forms a brood or genital pouch. Now this genital pouch interior part contain the female gonopore, they contain the spermathecal pores and collateral glands. Now in case of males, the genital pouch, in case of males, this genital pouch basically, or you say chamber, lies at the hind end, at the last end, the later end of abdomen, dorsally by 9th and 10th. So here it is the genital pouch in case of males. Pouch in case of males are at 9th and 10th terga, right? And ventrally by 9th. So 9th and 10th terga and 9th sternum. Right? Now it contains dorsal anus, ventral, male genital pore and gonapophysis. So remember, in case of females, at 7th, 8th, 9th, you have the female genital pouch or brood. In males, at 9th and 10th terga and 10th sternum, you have at the end you have the dorsal anus, you have the male genital pore and you have the gonapophysis. Now males also bear a pair of short thread-like anal styles. So males have short thread-like anal styles. They are known as anal styles. Now these anal styles are absent in case of females, right? So there is a distinction basically. This is the distinction between a male and a female. And in both these sexes, in male as well as female, the 10th segment, remember, the 10th segment bears a pair of jointed filament structure which are known as anal cerci. So this is anal cerci. So in case of both male and female, at the 10th segment, the last segment bears a pair of jointed. So these are basically the pair of jointed filamentous structures. So these are jointed filamentous structures known as anal cerci. So guys, with this we have finished the morphology of cockroach. Now since this topic is too long, what I'll do is I'll cover it in 2 parts because I do not want the video to be too lengthy for you guys, to watch at once. So let's cover the anatomy of cockroach in the next video. I hope you understood all the basics as per the NCERT syllabus for the cockroach. I hope you understood all the different parts of its body morphologically, right? So please do not forget to like the video, please share it with your friends, and if you're new, do not forget to subscribe to the channel for all the interesting updates. And please, it's a humble request that you please give me a feedback whether you liked the video, whether you understood it or you do not. If you have any doubt as such, whether big or small, please do not forget to mention it in the comment, or you can also message me on WhatsApp. WhatsApp number is given in the description of the video. Okay guys, see you in the next video. Bye bye.